So if you want to have a mirror for your repository that has automatic updates without the need for doing anything manually, well, GitLab lets us do that. Stick with me to find out more. Hello, what's up guys, Medium Guy here. So like about a year ago, I created a video on how to mirror our repositories in GitHub, where we had to do some things manually, and with every push, with every changes, we had to manually run the necessary commands and keep our mirrored repository updated. But in GitLab, it is totally automated, and with every changes, the GitLab itself will try to update the mirrored repository, and as a result, we'll have our code mirrored into different repositories. So without any delay, let's move to GitLab and see it in action. So as you can see over here, I have created a GitLab repository in which I've pushed my GitHub repository, where I store all my codes and configurations and everything that I create in my videos. And of course, I'll put the repository link down below so you can access them easily. So moving to the settings, in here, if I go to the repository section, here I have the mirroring repositories. I'll just go ahead and expand it. The prerequisites for this is to have another repository where we want to have our mirrored repository to exist. So we'll come back to this page, and if I go back to the settings, in here in the mirroring repository section, it wants me the Git repository URL. So click on the clone here, the clone with HTTPS. I'll click the copy button and go back in here. I'll paste the URL, and I just need to make a change over here, as it is saying in the hints that are written over here. It says include the username in the URL if it's required, like username @ the rest of the URL. So I'm going to pass my username that I've registered in the GitLab in the exact same format that it wants me to, and I'll just pass my password in here. And if I hit mirror repository, if I have put the correct inputs, it will go ahead and try to mirror the repository with the second repository that I just provided. Actually, in here, if I hit the update now button, it took a little while for me. Depending on the files and history for the repository, it might take different. So hopefully, if I go to the second repository and if I hit refresh, I want to see the exact same clone of my repository in here. And as I can see, I have all the commits, the only branch that I have, and all the files and everything that I had in here. If I go to the web ID and try to make a change, make a commit, I will hope to see it in the mirrored repository. So I'll just go ahead and make some changes in the README file. I'll add some text over here, and we'll try to create a commit to the exact same branch. And if I commit it, it just won't sync the repositories right away, and it'll take different times. So I'll just wait for the changes to be mirrored. And just remember, whenever we want, we can go to the exact same location in the settings, and just by hitting a button, we can actually make the mirrored repository sync with the main repository. So I won't do it right now and wait for the GitLab itself to automatically sync my changes to the mirrored repository. So if I come to the repository settings, in the update button, I have the updating title that comes when I hover on it, and actually this will automatically try to update the mirrored repository. Just remember, we can set up other different repositories where our repository will be mirrored to, and depending on your use cases, you can actually do as many as you want. So after some minutes, As you can see, the updating process is finished and last successful update was 6 minutes ago. And if I go to the second repository where I have the automatic mirror syncs, I refresh the page and it says I have made some changes 6 minutes ago, and as the result I can see the changes that I made in the source repository. So this is the simplest way and really cool way to mirror our repository to other repositories. The coolest thing about this that it is automated and we don't need to actually do any other things after we define the mirrored repositories. So I hope you learned something new in this video. If you have any questions, if you have any recommendations, just go ahead and ask me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to watch my other videos in my channel. I have cool things, cool technologies. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which will help grow the channel. And with that, I hope to see you in the next videos.